Hey there guys, what's up and welcome back to our channel. There's obviously no better feeling than sipping wine in a hot tub that's on the topmost floor of one of the most expensive buildings in the city. New York's Billionaires Row is one such street that's home to a few of the country's most expensive and luxurious apartments, but one is unable to identify its worth until they finally have a look at or step in them. However, we're here to help you out a bit. Head on further in this video to know how expensive is Billionaires Row. New York City is a city that's known for its luxury. No trip is quite complete without a $600 ticket to see a Broadway show, a $300 steaks dinner at Sparks, or a $700 per night stay at a nice penthouse on the Lower East Side of the city. As you can see, New York is no place for people with a thin wallet, and there's nothing that better reflects that than the cost of living in a one-bedroom apartment in Manhattan. This can cost you over $3,500 per month on average. This, when combined, will cost around $42,600 a year. If you think this was expensive, the cost of the massive buildings alongside 57th Street, just south of Central Park, is going to come off as a big shock to you. The condos and penthouses on this block are known as the Billionaires Row, and for good reason. In the past 5 years, there have been over 41 real estate sales costing over $25 million. The average estate price is over $38.5 million, which is 38 times the average sale price of a regular apartment in Manhattan. Needless to say, Billionaires Row is a place for those with money, and that too lots of it. It's a strip of the handful of ultra-luxury skyscrapers, many of which only a few people get the pleasure of visiting. Let's put your curiosity to an end and have a look at the cost of a few of these luxury apartments, the amenities inside of them, and the people who are lucky enough to call it their home. Number 3, 157. The aptly named skyscraper is located on 257 East 57th Street. 157 looks a bit like something out of Blade Runner. It's a massively tall and sleek glass building that has 75 stories and is 1,005 feet tall. This made it the tallest residential skyscraper in New York for several months. It also has the distinction of being the first true luxury skyscraper to make up Billionaires Row. It was quite the trendsetter. There are 92 condominiums in 157, and all these sell for millions each. In 2014, Michael Dell purchased the penthouse for $100.5 million. This was, at the time, the most expensive home ever built in New York. The penthouse, located on the 89th and 90th floor, isn't made for someone who's afraid of heights. But if you can conquer this fear, you'll never get over the panoramic views this apartment has to offer. Its 20 feet 3 tall floor-to-ceiling glass windows are the reason behind it. The penthouse is 11,000 square feet with 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, 2 powder rooms, and a stunning kitchen with 2 dishwashers, 2 stoves, and some pretty heavy light fixtures. Of course, there are more additions that the wealthy tend to enjoy. There's a steam room, a private library, and a private theater. The building alone comes with a ton of amenities for the residents. There's a pool unlike any other you've ever come across. There's a custom-designed jacuzzi, a spa portico, and a lap pool which has an underwater soundtrack. So, if swimming in a pool that was given a soundtrack by the most prestigious individual in the world isn't luxurious to you, we don't know what will. There's also a fitness center and a library with a 24-foot-long aquarium. As an added bonus, residents can order room service and spa treatments whenever they like. So who has decided to call 157 their home, you ask? The Prime Minister of Qatar, as well as a billionaire investor Lawrence Stoll, Silas Chu, and Lou Yukon. Number 2, 220 Central Park South. In 2018, the penthouse of the 220 Central Park South was sold for an outstanding $250 million. This is more than double what Michael Dell had paid for his 157 penthouse. But what is it that you get in a living space worth this much? Well, as it turns out, there's quite a bit. Ken Griffin, a billionaire hedge fund manager, purchased a massive penthouse which actually encompasses not one, not two, but 4 separate floors. The total space adds up to an unbelievable 24,000 square feet, which is more than half an acre of living space. If you're doing the math, this makes $10,000 per square foot. You'll be shocked to hear the number of rooms in this space. There are 16 bedrooms and 17 bathrooms in the massive home. The entire building is made to a sanctuary, from the heated wood floors to the steam shower, with breathtaking views of Central Park. The living space really gives the owner a place to relax, and it just doesn't end here. There are even more places for residents to relax in the complex. There's a full spa, a golf simulator, a library, a children's play area, a fitness center, and even a juice bar that's completely complimentary for residents. There are a number of familiar faces to be found here. For example, Sting and his wife Trudy Styler. There are also some investors who call 2020 Central Park their home, and this includes Daniel Arch and Andrew Sorrow. These are individuals who have net worths in the billions. Number 1. 432 Park Avenue. From the massive windows of 2020 Central Park Avenue, one gets a look at the incredibly slick 432 Park Avenue. This is another residential skyscraper that's both loved and loathed by New Yorkers and architects. Some look at the building and want to play Jenga, while others have praised it for its childlike simplicity. Either way, it's the inside of the building that counts, and it's remarkable. 81 condos from this complex have been sold already for a median price of $18.4 million each. Safe to say, a lot of people love the inside of the skyscraper. There are an array of amenities in this complex, some of which are unable to be thought of by normal people. There's a billiards room and a library in the living space. There's also a private screening theater, a wine cellar that holds 1,932 bottles, and the best of all, studio suites that are made for housekeepers, helpers, and personal assistants. This one truly takes care of everyone. This one beats out any studio apartments in the city. Jennifer Lopez and David Chu are among the few who call this humble abode their home. A few others are managers, investors, and business owners. As you can very well assume by now, this street is not for the poor, and only Hollywood's biggest can afford a living on Billionaires Row. Only they can afford the place with a few million lying around here and there. One such as us can only dream of setting foot inside these million-dollar spaces and enjoying a fraction of the amenities they have to offer. These buildings are a clear depiction of how expensive the Billionaires Row actually is. Its amenities and features make the space worth its billion-dollar price tag. One can only imagine the relaxation this space has to offer for its residents. Let us know down in the comments section below whether you have the budget to afford even a one-night stay at any of these luxurious apartments. If not, then well, let's keep dreaming and hope that one day we strike as big as many of the inhabitants of these apartments. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.